Hey guys, it's Hannah Sky here from Sweetener. Today we are doing a tutorial on a 2-column layout for roleplayer.me or any roleplay. It can also be used on Social Alien and various other websites, but this is just generic coding for this layout. So first things first, I'm just going to go through a quick disclaimer. Whilst I do not own the codes, they are my codes essentially because of the way that I lay them out. They are generic HTML and CSS coding. You can get these anywhere online, but I'm showing you my version, and because I'm so nice, I've even made a template for you, so you know roughly how to do it. I'm not going to show you how to copy it, because what are you going to learn? If you want to learn how to do coding and you want to do it properly, then you need to do it step by step. I will show you step by step. Third thing, I apologise if there are some pauses or I get a bit confused myself. I'm doing this as pre-recorded voice whilst I'm doing this, rather than a voiceover. I am in a slight bit of pain, so forgive me if I take a breather or I pause for a little bit too longer than I should. I'm trying to do this for you guys. And lastly, most of all, if you've seen my previous tutorial about div layouts, that is going to be super helpful if you do watch that, but it's not the same type of coding. Whilst it is and it isn't, there are some variables. So if you want to learn how to do divs, view that one. If you want to learn how to do 2 columns, this is your video. So like I say, everything I have done for you is going to go onto a Pastebin docket. That link's going to be in the description below. If you hear any Discord notifications, please disregard them. I'm in the process of doing some orders and some custom work whilst doing this tutorial, so if it does pop off, just ignore it. I'm not going to take any notice of it. My focus is on this tutorial for you guys. So first things first, I would suggest copying my codes out into the right places. So you're about me to me, and then we're going to go into interested in a minute. So I'm just going to do the basics. This layout is my layout. You can lay it out any bloody way you want. This is just my preference. Some people do the little dot and then, like, say Sweetener before all of these. That's up to you. I don't like it. Don't do it. That's how some people do it. So if you want to do it that way, feel free. I just do it like this because then I know what the hell I'm coding. As you'll see, the only difference with mine is that I've got a visible credit because eventually this layout is going to go onto roleplay and is going to be available for everyone to use. I'm just doing it as a preview / tutorial so you can play around with coding and learn how to make codes. Sorry, have a take a coffee. Hide codes and all of that are self-explanatory, just copy them in. I put my scroll bar at the bottom because that's the last thing I do. It's up to you how you want to do it. I would have specified this is going to be a pink layout. If you have any problem with that, you can change colouring. This is just a old layout that I need to remaster, if that makes sense, or revamp. Here's one of my old ones back in Wet Mocha days. I'm just revamping because obviously my skills improved since then and I want to offer it back out. Or a other option of a layout. Personally, I do all my colourings last, so I do not do the colour palette till the end. And the reason why I say this is because because when you make a layout, you want to make it to your preference or your style. There's no point making a layout or focusing so much on the colour that when you make the layout doesn't make sense or it doesn't look right. So that's what I do. It's up to you if you want to do it the same way. Let's go on to the first bit. So this is your table code. And it's quite self-explanatory because it's the same one you're going to use every time you want to make a new table. So I would suggest copying it. Depending on how you want to do this layout, obviously you can switch things around once you've watched this tutorial. It is a bit long-winded, I'm going to not lie. 2-column layouts are much harder than divs personally for me. I say harder, they're just more complicated. But yes, do it as you see fit. I give you free rein to play around with these codes as long as you credit me. That's all I ask. Be respectful, don't remove the credit, and that's all I ask. But you can play around with them. And to be honest, playing around with them is actually going to make it more better for you later on because you're going to know how coding works and how to read it than someone just going, okay, I need to change colours. Right. First things first, I'm going to do an image. So your normal image coding is your im, srg, and then I'm just going to use placeholders for this. Let's go, well, pause there. With a column, you are limited to the column size. You can change it, but in this one, I've made it 470. If you want to change it, you literally just change the 470 to say 500. Oh, not 5,000. If you want to. My basic is 470. There are some layouts that I have got as 500s, but I don't tend to because I don't like them any bigger. That is your preference. So in this case, my placeholder is going to be width of 470. Oh. And then I'm going to make it 200 width, height. Let's go 250. No, let's go 200. That's the first one. Then, like I say, with this table, in order to get the next table down, you then got to bash a copy and paste of that table in. Then if you want, I don't know, a first, middle, last section of your header one, that needs to go in. And if you want a subtitle, oh, let's just put header 2 there, then it can go underneath. With headers, you don't need to put the BR, which is a break rule, because it will automatically do it. And then you want to paste again for the next section. Now, if you want to do just one section of text, then we're still going to use the same div element or div code to create that, or you can make 2. So I'll show you both as we go through. So you want to go div style, width. I'm going to do this in percentages just because percentages is so much easier to learn when you begin with, rather than just going straight into width with pixels. So 98%. Height, I'm trying to think of a height now. Might have to go pixels on height. Oh, we might be alright. Let's go 50. No, you know what, we're going to have to probably. Let's do 120 px. Padding of 2, just because I like padding. Overflow, you want a scroll bar, so you need to put overflow in. And we don't need a border, so you can put border none if you want to, or you can remove it. And then if you want to put a header in or anything like that, let's put header 2. Let's just put header 2 in. And then you would put your text in. I'm going to cheat and just put in a lorem ipsum generator on Google, and I'm literally just going to go generate and copy this in. I'm just going to put a P in there, which is for paragraph, and then we're just going to close this div off with a div. Then again, you want to copy and paste your table, bash in the next side. Now to do another image, maybe whack another image in. Again, the same width, and you can do whatever height you want. You don't have to stick to the same height. Play it up. You can use multiple images. You can have 2 images. You can have 1. However you want to. It's your decision. I mean, for this, we could even do 2. So let's do that just so we can show you what I mean. For this, you'd obviously have to half the width, so you can open up a calculator if you need to and go, what's for half of 470? So 235 roughly. So if we say 230, that's 130, 230, and then that one 230 by 120. The only difference with this is we're going to have to put a line and then left and then a line right. So that's 2 images. Then we're going to put another text box. So this time we're going to do 2. If I can get my fingers to play with me. Width, this is the only difference when you separate them. So if you want to make columns, like 3 columns in that one box, you're going to like half, or you're going to third it. So we're going to do half. Let's actually do a third. Does that make sense? So you're going to go 33%. Height. What did I do the other one? Oh, 120. Not going to put any padding in because that's going to probably wreck it. So just put your overflow in and your border if you want one. You do need to do, sometimes need to do a line. Sometimes you don't. So we'll see how we go on. So this one can be personality. I'm going to close these off just so I can show you My fingers are really hurting. This one can be appearance, and I think I've spelled that wrong. And then the last one, you can just copy and paste this, by the way. I am being like proper, I don't know why I'm even actually copying it out. You can just copy and paste. You don't need to write this every single time. And then this one can be abilities / powers, I guess, for now. Then I'm just going to whack that in. And then what I'm going to do is just copy and paste this bit. I'm just going to copy, oh, we can copy all of it. Paste, paste, paste. And me putting this space here isn't actually going to do anything, just so you know. That's still going to come out the same coding. So once you're happy with that, I mean, you can chuck whatever else you want in. You can then go down and click save. And then when you refresh your page, this is what you're going to get. So, okay, this I've done slightly out, but that's fine. So your image, your header 1, header 2, your text box. Oh, and as you can see, I haven't done something right on that last coding. My finger must have missed something. Yep, I did div class, not div style. So that's my own error, I do apologise. And then these two images don't fit, so 25, 25. This is the fun and games with coding, is you do have to play around with things to get them to fit. So those are two images. Now these haven't worked again. So for that reason I am going to put a line in. And for that, all it is an additional code. So on next to border, a line, we can just do float. And we can go left, float center, float right. And then hopefully, once I click save and refresh, one's too big. Oh, by the way, you won't see my scroll bar, FYI, because I'm using Firefox, and Firefox coding with scroll bars is slightly different. So if you view this on Chrome or any other browser, you should see a scroll bar. I'll just warn you with that. I'm going to shrink this by a percentage. I hope that that fits. No. How bizarre. It is all fun and games sometimes. This is what you have to play around with. Sometimes it is a simple fix and sometimes it's not. I wonder if that's maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe rather than go float, maybe we should go left. See if that works. Nope. See, it's times like this when you're like, oh yeah, I'll do a tutorial, it will work. And it doesn't. I still don't understand why that's not joining in. There is nothing stopping that. Nothing at all. The fun of and games of coding. I'm just going to check some old code quickly. As far as I'm concerned, that is right. I wonder if it's because I've done it by width, but or the percentage, but that's never usually been an option, but a problem before. Let's just say, I've never had a problem with this, which I find really bizarre. Let's just copy and paste float and put that at the beginning, because that might be the issue. I doubt it, but and yes, you have noticed that I've taken out all the original ones to see if they would actually work as one. Oh, there we go. It was my coding all along. See, sometimes this will work, sometimes it doesn't. It is literally play by ear, guys. So I don't know if that'll work if I change them all to 33 now. Yay! Woo! And I've got a box at the bottom. That's the other thing I will tell you is you don't need to close the layout out with the table. You can actually just remove that, and this box won't show. As is with any 2-column layouts, you can keep going. You don't have to just stop there. You can keep going, and it's endless. So you can add as many sections in as you want. And you can copy and paste certain parts as well. So hypothetically, if you want another image, you could just go, right, I'm going to copy this bit, paste it here, and there you go. And then you can just be like, I now want a big one, so let's go 470. And click save. And then you just got your image there. Rather than a thingy, and then rather than any other. I need to change the sizing. So yes, you can play around. I'm just going to show you how to do a simple love interest using a big image rather than a single one. So I'm just going to increase this to 175, and then we're going to go div style again. This time we're going to go width of 48, float, let's do float first actually, float left, width 48, excuse me, padding 2px because I like padding, that'll work, overflow, auto, border, none. I need to do height as well, Hannah, that might help. Height of 125 pixels. Right, and then we're going to go, right, love interest. Now, most people are pretty much the same with love interest. You just want to know who it is with the link. You will need to do a BR on this, so break rule. Since 00 0 0 0 0 0. Feel free to copy and paste my original when I can find it without showing you everything else. My original div layout, if that helps. So this is the one that I showed you how to do a div layout. You can copy all of this, or copy some of this if it helps. Oh yeah, my quote's there. So like this bit, if you want to copy and paste it. Oh no, I did it with the. And then you can then div it, and then I'm going to do exactly the same div, so I'm literally just going to copy and paste that. And then I'm going to put, oh actually, don't need to copy and paste that, ignore me, image. Because I've only done half, we now need to figure out half of it. So you're going to look around about, it's going to be easy, 230 again. And we're going to do the same height, so 125. And then we're going to do a line right. And then we're going to save. Refresh. There is your love interest. You don't have to put an image there because you've got an image here if you don't want to. You can make this bigger, you can make this smaller. Don't like that link. As I said, it's a really old layout. I'm just showing you. We're going to go through customizations for links and everything shortly, so don't worry. But that's the basic. If you don't want that image there, go back into it, get rid of that image. You can even go div that there, copy and paste this div, whack it in there. And then you've got your link or your bit info here, and then you've got your love section there. So if you want to do it that way, do it that way. However you see fit. Now, for this essentially is a 1 column. To make a 2 column, we have to then go into interests. You can copy and paste this coding and rearrange it, or you can just copy my template. So I'm just going to whack that in, and we're going to make it 300. So change the width on all of them to 300. They are usually in the same places, so you shouldn't get confused. Now, whatever you want in your right hand column is up to you. I usually tend to go with a div style again. And if it makes it easier, guys, you can just copy and paste your original div coding. Just modify it. We can just do, I don't know, basic info, I guess. And then obviously your facts. And do I have this on this one? Yes, I do. Just a blank facts. And then close it. And then you can go back to that and copy and paste your table codes. Paste. And then if you want an image, this time your image width needs to be 300. Unless you've changed it. If you want, you can obviously have love life on your right hand side, or you can have it on the left hand side, so whatever you prefer. If you want an additional box, I guess. I don't know what you'd prefer. Obviously it's down to you guys. So if you then want a section for, I don't know, what would you normally guys use? Other than connections, what else do we need? Don't think there is that much else. Anyway, I'll put this as an extra section. And copy this off. And then again, copy your table. So this one, I'm actually just going to steal my picture again. And then I'm going to do connections. So depending on how big you want your connections, you can do the div like this. Or you can just do it as a standard box. So I'm just going to do it standard box. So again, I'm just going to go up and copy my coding. And then I'm just going to make that connections. These are just connection links. Let's make this second, because I don't know what second is. If it's a class link, you do not need to put in a BR break. So you can just literally lay it as that. I'm now going to click save, and it's probably going to be out of line because I haven't put a lot of boxes on the right hand side. I'm just giving you an idea of what. Oh, and I forgot to break that up. What you can see. So there's your basic information, your image, a box. I'm going to separate that and fix it, and then you'll navigate your connection links. Why did I not break that? Ah, that one. My bad. And you can make your images bigger or smaller depending on your preference. So if you want an image underneath your connections, or you want to make your connections longer, then obviously adjust accordingly. I can whack in another box and then go, as long as the width is the same, you'll be fine. What did I make the other ones? So if we make that let's make it 250. I don't know if that's going to be too big, but click save. Refresh. Oh no, look, spot on. So there's your connections, and then you got a big image there. So that is essentially how you do a 2-div layout. The only thing I haven't shown you is how to do a navigation section. So I can quickly show you that. It does require a div element, or div code, however you want to say it. And I fix that box there for you. So I'm going to show you quickly how to do a nav box. Depending on where you want to put this, it's completely up to you. I usually whack my div codes underneath my texts. So we'll just name this navigation. It's up to you where you want to put it. If you want to put it left side, right side, whatever side you want, or if you want to put the top, it's completely up to you. I'm just going to show you how to do a left one. So left, we're probably going to look about a 150, I would have thought. Top, you want to make it around about 50, let's make 50. Background, you don't want one ideally, unless you do want one, it's up to you. You don't want an overflow. Position is always going to be absolute. If you watched my div tutorial last time, you'll know that. And then we want height and we want width, not weight. So what height and weight are we going for? It depends on your coding for, or your CSS on your nav links. Have I included nav links? No. Let's get rid of that because we don't need that on there. I've got an A first, but no A first hover. How bizarre is that? Let's just fix that quickly. Because we might be able to use that as codes. Don't worry, once you do this tutorial, my codings will be up to date because I've just played around with them for now, but they will be the same, so don't worry. Well, they will be right. Let's make that background transparent. Oh, actually, we could change that. Make it. What colour would be probably better? I don't even know what colour this is. Let's just open up a random file. Ugh. Would have been quicker going through colour hex. This is a very good website if you need colours checking. Oh, so it's a dark pink. Oh, okay. So it's the same as that then. We don't really want a background then, do we? I guess we could just do it like that. That will work. Anyway, let's go back up to my thingy now that I've just quickly fixed that. So height, let's just say we can put this as auto, so to be honest, so it will just adjust accordingly. Width, you probably want to make it, I made it 20 to 9 size, so you say 100 for now, or 200 will adjust. No, 150 might work. And then wherever you're going to put it, I would suggest putting it in between two boxes rather than copying a table setting just for that, because you're going to get a square. So I'm just going to whack it here underneath the image. Div class, navigation. What did I make it first? Did I make it first? Yeah, which means that's going to change at the bottom as well. Never mind. I'll fix that. Oh no, that was second, wasn't it? I'm getting so confused. You can put as many links as you want in, remember, because we are going to, it's on auto, so we don't need it. Gallery, blog, and however many links you want. Click save, refresh, and there's your navigation. Woo! Super simple, does the job. I am also, what I'm going to change is make that, let's make it a little bit closer. Why is that uppercase? I don't like it uppercase. Let's go right actually on text align, and let's go font weight lighter as well. Is that big enough for you guys? No, let's go 20. No, let's go 35. Which means that's probably not going to work. 20. And I just realised we actually have a connection link that I gave you guys, which is called con. So I don't know why I didn't put that in. Click save, refresh, and there's your navigation. To be honest, I'm going to be really picky now and actually make that a bit further out. This is just like the fine tuning that you get with layouts, unfortunately. There you go. And there is your layout, guys. Oh, connection links is broken, that's why. But anyway, you get the gist of what I've given you. This is available in the codings as a free layout, or you can use it to modify your own. I will go through quickly colorings, because I did say to you guys that if you want to change colors, you can. In order to change the colorings, all you'd have to do is change these bits. So if you use the Control and F on your browser, you'll come up with a search bar, and you can just type in that code. So for example, my color hex for that is FAEFFA. And if you press enter, it will highlight it, and you can just scroll down. I use that quite a lot, that's all, which is very helpful. You can change anything you wish on here within reason. If you want to make the borders thicker, if you want to make them smaller, that's up to you. I will quickly go through links and stuff again, if just quickly. I have actually got a love one there, and I didn't even realise. This will, as I just said a minute ago, this will all be ready for you to just copy and paste in with the proper coding and everything, and you can modify them as you see fit. I will also add some additional coding into another leaf, onto another paste bin, so you can play around with styles. And I'll put some help below, like help links, should you wish to use them. I don't know why I used to do stuff like this, because it's just horrible. So with your codings, obviously, however many links you want, your fonts, you can have italic, emphasis, bold, strong, underlined, TT. You can name your own if you really wanted to. You can have multiples of the same one, so bold 2, B2, B3, I2, however you want to do it. You can have A, B, C, D, E, and F, G, whatever the alphabet. You can name your own if you really wanted to, and have one named Cake. That's just my preference because I like cake. You will see this one here, because I haven't changed it, has a font in that I haven't imported. Now with importing, I've got a random N there, fonts, I will do a separate tutorial for that, because sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't with me. I don't know if it's just my coding. But if you don't have a font, essentially that is a standard, it won't work. Hence why this hasn't worked. You'll see it's called Dancing Script. That is not Dancing Script. Dancing Script font looks like this. In order to, oh, you know what, sod it, I'm just going to show you how to import. In order to get a certain font, I would suggest going on to Google Font, finding a font that you like, so it'll work. I always use them too. That's quite a nice one. I don't know, I really use the same ones, so for me it doesn't make any difference. That's quite a nice one. Click on the plus, click family selected, and then it will give you the link. You need to click import and then copy and paste that into your docket. You can do it at the front, top, bottom, however you really want to do it. It will actually do the style for you, so you don't need to type that in. That is your import font. This is your font, so you want to copy that name, and then you want to find the font you want to replace it with. Put it in the little single, I don't know what they're called. Click save, and there is your font. My connection link's broken again. I hope this tutorial has made sense. You are free to modify it, as I keep saying it. This layout will be a little bit more upscaled, but I will make it available free for use if you wish to use it. Any questions, message me below or message me on Discord. My Discord username, is it called username, is in the description below, or my server link is in the below. My server does contain help, guides, tips, tricks, place where you can connect with other editors and people who edit. You can share your resources, generally just chat, have a laugh. That is what my server's about if you wish to join. Any questions, message me here, as I said, or Discord, or you can even message me on Roleplayer. I do have an Annie Roleplay page, but it's not really in use. I just do it to host my content over there. So they're the best two places really to contact me. If you've got any questions, not questions, just suggestions for any new tutorials, then please do let me know as well. I'm always looking for more tutorials. And I hope this tutorial has been helpful. And thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys real soon.